last time I even filmed a life update was, and the last time I uploaded one was 5 months ago. But like, I actually went through the video and watched it, and it was from like fucking July, and it's February 24th, so it's almost March. So we needed to get right. We needed to sit. I need y'all to get comfortable, and get ready to spill some tea, bitch. I'm just kidding. Did I say the sweater was from Target? If you guys ask, it's so cute. It's a cropped little turtleneck, but it's like pink and maroon, and it's just like the comfiest sweater in the whole world. So yeah, I haven't been doing much. No, I'm just kidding. I have a lot to update you guys on, but I've been watching a ton of like Whispered Rambles, like life update videos to kind of fall asleep and just relax. Like if a bitch is sitting in front of a camera with a blue Yeti, I am listening. I am literally listening until I fall asleep. My girl ASMR with Asia with a Z, Asia with a Z. She does these videos all the time. I knock the fuck out when I listen to her. I love it. She's so entertaining, and her storytelling is so great. If you guys should definitely go check her out. My girl Sam. What the fuck is her YouTube handle? I don't even know. What the hell is her YouTube? You guys know Sam. If I remember, I'll link her channel. Like, she has like a million more subscribers than me. Oh my god, I can only remember her Instagram handle. It's Sam on YouTube. Why can't I remember? But she does Whisper Rambles. There's a lot of other people that I'm probably forgetting, but anyone who has like Whispered Rambles, like, I'm watching it, and I know you guys like these, so if you want to listen, you can listen. If not, just hopefully you can fall asleep to this. Also, I'm gonna try to do some more Come to Whispers, because I know that you guys really like those. I love these type of videos too. But anyway, let's get into the tea. There's something. I've also tried to film this video like 8 times, and Jimmy was freaking the fuck out. But he's finally calmed down. It is currently 10:55 p.m. on a Saturday night, and here I am. So I know I've kind of talked about in other videos how I was literally in my feral era last year. Last year from like New Year's Eve till fucking like literally the whole year, I was outside. A bitch was outside. She was at brunch. She was Saturday night, Friday night, Thursday night, Sunday, like going to bars, going to the club. Like we were out. I was outside. Now I'm taking a little bit of a break. I'm taking a step back. I still love to go out. Don't get me wrong. On the occasion, I will go out. I will have a drink of a fun little beverage, and I don't know if it's just because it's winter time. I just really have not been going out like I was last year. I also don't really have the urge to go out because I don't have the urge to see anybody. Whereas last year I was like going out with hopes of like seeing certain people or running into certain people, and like y'all know how that goes. So now I'm just in my wholesome granny era. I'm literally reading books on my Kindle every night. I've been watching TV. I've been doing a lot, but basically what I wanted to get out of that is I love being by myself. What was that? I love being at home. I'm like slowly making my house into somewhere that feels like comfortable for me. And I feel like, not last year, because like I said, last year I was out. The year before that I was in the house. Like I was in the house. I was not doing anything. Like I was not going out at all. I did not really have a lot of good friends in my life. And I was trying to convince myself that I was happy being alone. But I could not stand like being by myself, if that makes sense. Like I couldn't just sit in the house. Like the weekends were tough for me. Saturdays and Sundays I just wanted to like fill a void. So, I would go shopping a lot, or I would like, just find things like random shit to do. Like that's when I was door dashing, and like I just could not be in my house and be with my own thoughts because I was not handling my emotions correctly. So I just could not be alone. And then I went into like I was flexing like I could be alone. Like I was posting all this shit and like making TikToks and like doing all this stuff, being like value your alone time and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, like I never wanted to be in my mom's or like go and buy something, like go shopping or like drive around. Like I just was never comfortable in my skin, like just in my house being alone. I'm like, but now I just feel such a sense of like calmness, and my anxiety is different now. It's showing itself in different ways, but I don't feel that anxiety anymore. I don't feel the need to have to go out and do shit to fill a certain void. Like on the weekends, like normally right now I'd be like, oh my god, like I want to go out, like I hate that I'm in here, I should be drinking, like I'd be blowing up people's phones being like, oh, what are you doing, where are you going? Girl, I'm in the house. And it's just such a good feeling, and I say this like truthfully, like sometimes I'd be saying shit just to make myself feel better, but like this is like an honest truth. I got my nails done today. I went with a blue color. But yeah, so I've been in my house a lot. I just finished a big house project. I redid my bathroom. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the before and after. So that was a really big project that my brother helped me on. So I completely redid my bathroom, which I love. Like I just want to like sit in there now and hang out, but I don't. And my next project is my living room. That I need to rip the carpets out. I need to paint the walls, and I have like this really cool idea that I want to do. So hopefully it like comes to fruition. But maybe I'll try to like film some of that for you guys and do like a little ASMR voiceover. But yeah, so those are like the house projects that I've been working on. Work has been insane. It was like our busy season. I'm a property manager for some rentals, and ski season is our really, really busy season. So December, January, February were absolutely nuts. All of our properties were like booked like full time. So that was really crazy. And then we ended up having to move offices during that time. And we also like were just in a really big transitioning phase. I've kind of talked about it before. We lost some key staff. So we're still trying to like pick up pieces from that. And it's just been absolutely chaotic at work. Which I think also kind of lends to me like wanting to be at home. Like when I come home from work, I feel very like fulfilled with what I did. Whereas before, when I was very anxious, like I was just doing nothing at work. At my old job, like I literally would do nothing all day and then come home and do nothing. So I think I felt very restless, and just like not fulfilled. So now that I have like fulfillment in my job and in my life and stuff like that, like I can come home and feel like I did a good day's work. And it's like, I don't know, it's just different. But I have a secret for you guys. I have a little bit of a secret. Okay, can't tell anyone. Just kidding. But I am also working part-time at my old job. So a few months ago, my old boss, who I love and adore, and I would do literally anything for her, she reached out to me saying that this was the job I worked at, a halfway house for federal inmates, like finishing out their sentence. I was a case manager there for a few years, and then I went to the job that I had before this one, which was working with juveniles, and now I'm a property manager. So. But anyway, so she reached out to me and said that one of her case managers had a stroke, and she was taking on the caseload by herself, and it's just like very overwhelming work. So she asked if I could come on part-time. So I've been working. By the time I got clearance for everything, because it's so much shit that you have to go through. I've been working there now for a few months, and I've just been doing 1 to 2 days a week. But that in itself is very exhausting work. I'm literally basically doing the work like a 40-hour work week in 5 to 10 hours every week. So it's definitely a lot, but like I know how to get shit done. Like I know how to be productive in my time. So on Wednesday, it's every single Wednesday I definitely go, but then sometimes I'll pick up on Thursdays if it's needed. But I'll literally work my regular job 8 to 4, and then those days I take Jimmy to daycare. So I wake up at like 6 in the morning, take him to daycare, go to work 8 to 4, pick him up from daycare, drop him off back at home. I'll change normally and eat something makes me kind of schedule other things around that, like, if I have to work Wednesday, Thursday, I'll make sure, I do my grocery shopping one day, or do my laundry, or do something just to like keep on track of everything. Whereas before, when I kind of had nothing going on after work, I just kind of felt like my days were all the same, and even before I started working at the halfway house again, I just felt like I was coming home from work, kind of I would come home from work, take Jimmy on a walk, feed him, lay around on the couch for a little bit, either watching TV or reading or going on my phone, making dinner, and then going to bed. But I've just kind of trying to get out of that routine a little bit, so the second job has really helped with that. Oh my god, like literally so much has happened. I can't even believe it. I'm like thinking of all these things that I have to update you guys on. I don't know why I'm so fucking thirsty. Holy shit, I never drink water. Y'all, I went to Philly again. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, because I filmed that vlog. But I went to Philly in January to see my friends again, because I went for that wedding. One of my best friends got married, and we obviously didn't really get to hang out with him, so we planned this Philly trip in January. So I went to Philly. That was super fun. You guys kind of, oh no, you didn't see that, Doug. You saw the wedding, but we just went and visited with him, and we went to a basketball game and a hockey game, and it was really fun. We drank a lot. We just hung out. It was like old times. We had another bad blizzard here. I don't know if y'all remember, but last year I kind of talked about we had two really bad blizzards. One was over Thanksgiving, one was over Christmas. This year we got dropped with another like 7 feet of snow. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me snow blowing. I got a snow blower for my birthday, so I put that bitch to work. That bitch worked extra. We had a shit ton of snow. Oh, and then I got COVID. Like, that was so random. Like, after New Year's, it was after New Year's. We got all that snow like the first or second week of January, and I was stuck in the house for like 3 or 4 days. And then I tried to move my car one of the days to go to work, and I got it stuck in my street, and I got my sister's car stuck in the street, so that was the whole thing. But also, the city never comes and plows my fucking street, because I'm literally a dead-end street, off a side street, off a side street, off a side street, so we're in the gut out here, and they do not plow. So after that, I literally got COVID, which was so weird. I had COVID in, I want to say May of 2022. That was the first time I ever got it. And then I just got it again in 2024. How fucking embarrassing is it to get COVID in 2024? Like, bitch, what the fuck? So I got COVID in 2024. It wasn't bad. It felt like a cold at first. And I remember it was a Friday, because I was going to like check on all of our rental properties, because I normally do that on Fridays. And I remember driving down there, and I was like, oh my god, I think I'm really tired. Like, I just kind of hit me. I was like, holy shit, like I feel exhausted. And I remember I pulled into the driveway of the one, and I just like sat there for like 10 minutes. I was like, holy fuck, like it felt like a weight was like on me. Like I couldn't keep my eyes open, my body hurt, everything. So I ended up going back to work, and I left a little bit early because I was like, I do not feel well. And I took a COVID test, and of course it was positive, and it was just like body aches and like tiredness. I don't think I was like a little bit congested for sure. And then I went to like urgent care to get a PCR test for my employer so I could get COVID pay, because New York State still does that, and the shit was like $160. I was pissed, but yeah, so I had COVID, so that was super embarrassing for me. I'm trying to think, because that was January, December, Christmas. I did not do a what I got for Christmas video this year. I'm so sorry. I thought about it. I just like I've been very weird about filming lately. I just haven't had really the desire to do it, and a few people did ask for it, and I feel bad. I'm so sorry, but a lot of the stuff that I got was actually gifts from birthday was normal. Like my birthday was back in October. What the fuck did I do for my birthday? Oh, we went out. Oh, me and my friend, yeah, because it's obviously my birthday is October 29th, but that is like Halloween weekend always. So me and my friend went as the Cheetah Girls. We literally just wore like those velour like jumpsuits. We got them from Amazon. I was so comfortable. Like that was the best Halloween costume, and we're gonna do it again next year. It was so comfortable. We were literally so warm and comfy and had the best night. Yeah, nothing else. I went to a few Bills games this season. I mean we fucking suck, but that's to be expected. Let me see. I feel like there's been so many other things that I could update you guys on. Dating has not been going well. I'm taking okay, we'll talk about that. Okay. So when I got back from Philly in January, I had just been right before I went to Philly, I felt like I was just going through a lot. I felt very anxious. I felt like my anxiety is kind of coming up and showing out as like a lot of different things right now. But we'll talk about that too. One of the things my anxiety is showing up as is because I've been at home a lot and I've just been really spending time with myself. I felt like I was spreading myself a little too thin. Like I kept feeling bad for not following through with plans with people, or like I feel like I'm very busy all the time, like just with little stuff. Like, I work 2 jobs, and like even recently it's kind of coming up where like I've had to pick and choose certain things because I just the way things work, like I have to work every single Wednesday. Like I'm not gonna explain it, but I have to work every Wednesday. So I'm having to juggle that, and then like just juggle my life, like, making sure that I see my family and my friends, and my friends are going through some shit, and like, my family stuff is, never bad, but there's just always stuff going on. I have younger brothers, they have basketball games, my friends, they want to go out, I want to hang out with my cousins. I like started working out again, so I have to prioritize that. Like I just felt like I was being spread so thin, and it's making me anxious. And I also felt that way with like dating too. Like I just don't really have the time right now, I guess, which kind of sounds silly, but I just felt like I was kind of like compromising my values in order to like make time for certain things and certain people that like didn't really deserve my time. So when I went to Philly that weekend in January, I was like, you know what, when I get back, like we're gonna make like a significant lifestyle change. I wanted to do a version of like 75 hard. If you don't know what 75 hard is, it's basically like this challenge, and it's like a mental and physical challenge where there are a few rules. So it's 75 days long, and basically the rules are you have to work out 2 times per day, 1 outdoor workout and 1 indoor workout, both for 45 minutes. You have to read 10 pages of a self-help book. You have to take like a picture or a video of your progress every day. Obviously some sort of like diet, eating healthy kind of thing, and no alcohol. So when I started this, 75 days would put me at the beginning of April, or like the mid-April, I think, like the second week of April, I think it was. And because I also, like, a big part of this was just like me not feeling comfortable in my body. Like I have gained a significant amount of weight. I went to my primary physician and she told me that I was obese because my BMI is like 30 or some shit. I know that BMI like really isn't accurate or whatever, and the fact that she told me that I was obese was like actually insane to me. But I know that I've gained a lot of weight, and at first I attributed that to my birth control, but I've been off my birth clothes. Like, I just felt very uncomfortable, and I just want to feel confident. So I was doing like I wanted to do my own version of 75 hard. I can't work out 2 times a day. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't have the time for that. Like, I work, I have a dog. Like, nobody is here to, like, he's here by himself all day, every day. Like, I can't leave, like, every single day for 2 times a day, like, to go work out. I don't have an at-home gym, whatever. I also can't do the outdoor workout portion of it because I live in Buffalo and it's like 6 degrees out all the time and there's 8 feet of snow at any given moment. So I just wanted to work out once per day. I was doing no alcohol. I was doing no men. I was on a men cleanse as well. I was saying was because this lasted for like 25 days, but I'm very proud of myself for doing it for the 25 days. I was eating it in like a calorie deficit. I was tracking my meals. Now, I don't recommend like calorie counting, of course, but for me, it was more just like knowing what I was putting into my body, because before I was just fucking eating and not even caring. But I started looking at like portions and serving sizes and stuff like that, and I think that helped me kind of get a grasp on things. I was journaling every day, just like a little journal. I'd write down all the things that I did that day to help with my own 75. I would call it was like 25 soft. It was not 75 hard, because every day I feel like I did something I shouldn't. But I was journaling and I was making TikToks every single day. I didn't post any of them because I was like, I don't know, it just felt like a kind of a personal journey for me. So I was just filming and like talking like I do. I don't know, I don't really love the idea of TikTok. Sometimes I'm like, I think I would do good on TikTok, and like I would just use it as a creative outlet. But even when I was doing my 25 soft, when I did have to film a TikTok, I was like, oh fuck, like I gotta film it. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to feel like that. Like, I would just want it to be fun and whatever. But I might post this one day, I don't know. So film a TikTok. Oh, for my journal, I would write the 3 good things that happened to me that day, a few things that I was grateful for, and just my plan, like a loose outline of a plan for the next day. So that was really good. I like that part of it. Oh, and then another thing I wanted to do was like clean or declutter something every single day. Whether that meant like picking a cabinet or a drawer in my house, or literally just like wiping down the counters or unloading the dishwasher, just something to make me feel more productive. So like I said, I did it for a good like 25 days. I didn't work out every single day, but I'm just not very comfortable at the gym, so I literally just do cardio. I do my 12, 330 on the treadmill, which is more like 11, 2.5, 35, but I like doing that. I do the Stairmaster, I do the elliptical. I was eating pretty healthy. Like, I've been really good lately about going grocery shopping. Also, why the fuck did nobody tell me about Aldi? I like just discovered Aldi, and I'm never like, I bought a full cart of groceries for like $60, and I was like, this is like insane. So now your bitch is in Aldi every week. I've been doing really good with my spending as well. Like, I am saving money. Like, I really am. I'm cooking, eating at home more often, and I'm just trying to also like nourish my body better. Like, just eat more protein, like based meals, and just making sure that I'm like eating the correct amounts and all that shit. So trying to get better about that. But yeah, so I've been grocery shopping. I was doing really good on the no men thing, which is like what led me into all this, was the men stuff. But yeah, I did it for like 25 days, and then for some reason I got so busy. Like, it was like 2 weeks ago, I got super busy, and I just like could not go to the gym. Like, so I just kind of fell off on everything. But I was back in the gym today, and it does feel good, so I'm going to prioritize the gym going forward, because I am going on vacation in April, and I have a bachelorette to go do in April, and like, I just want to feel cute for the summer. So I definitely didn't do it long enough to notice any results, but I know that I can do it, and I'm trying to be a lot better about just being healthy. And yeah, because I want to feel comfortable, and I want to have a hot girl summer, you know. So anyway, the no dating thing. So I deleted dating apps off my phone for a bit. I just went through a really weird period in like November December, January, where I was just getting like weirdly ghosted by so many people, which is like, not to say that it doesn't happen to me or like that I don't do it to people, but it was just like guy after guy after guy that I was just getting ghosted by. So I was like, I need to like humble myself and take a fucking break, because this is absolutely insane. And I love saving this portion for the end of the videos, because I feel like y'all would either have clicked off or are asleep by now. But November, I was going on a bunch of dates with this guy, and he was really chill, and things were going really well, and then ghosted all of a sudden. And then I was talking to this guy for a while, and he didn't live in the same city as me. He lived like, hour and a half away, and we made all these plans. Ghosted. Another guy ghosted. I was just like spiraling. Like I felt like I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? So I took a little break. I'm back on them now, but there are no prospects, guys. There is nobody here for me. I don't think. I think I'm so comfortable being alone and being by myself, and I'm so like content with the way that my life is. Like I don't want anything to change, I don't think, and I definitely don't want to change for something that's like mediocre and not going to add anything to my life. Because yeah, I could go on the apps and find guys to hook up with or go on fun little dates with that won't lead to anything, and that's like kind of what I was doing. But I'm like, what's the point of all this? Like you're getting me out of my comfort zone. Like I don't want to go hang out at your house. Like I don't want to go like for drinks. Like I don't want to do anything. I think I'm just at a really weird place in my life where I don't want to do anything. And I don't know, before I wasn't. Like I was all about going out and going on dates and being like, oh fuck it, like let this man buy me a drink, we'll see where it goes, ba-da-da-da-da. Now I'm like, I would literally rather die. Like I don't want to do any of that. And there have been like potential, like and sometimes I like feel bad, like even I don't like ever really ghost people, but like things fizzle out, or before you meet someone, like you could be talking with someone on an app, and then like you guys kind of make a loose plan, and then you're like, I'm not really feeling this anymore. Normally I would just go through with it anyway. Like I would talk to somebody, we'd make a plan for a date, and I would just go just to fuck around and find out. I can't even get to the fuck around and find out phase. I'm like, I can't. So I'll either just be like, on to the next, or just be like, you know what, I'm not really feeling this anymore. Thanks, but gotta go. So yeah, there's really been no one that's like really piqued my interest in that sense, and I just feel like I'm just so over it. And wait, I was going somewhere else with that though. Where the fuck was I going with that? Like I'm not trying to fuck around and find out anymore. Oh yeah, I just like don't want to settle for anything like mediocre. Like one of my, not that this is mediocre, but I also like don't want to like change my routine either. Like one of my friends, she just started seeing this guy, like they're great, like things are going really well for them, and she's going over to his place every night and spending the night, and they're going out and they're doing things, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Like I have no desire to do that right now. I mean, obviously things could fucking change, and I can, and one day, like, oh, that's what I was gonna say though. Like about the ghosting and everything, like me ghosting or them ghosting me, I used to get really anxious about that stuff, or I would like reach out again and be like, okay, like, did I do something wrong, or like, hello, whatever. No, I don't even give a fuck anymore, because in my head, and this is like my mantra for 2024, and I don't know, it might be the mantra for the rest of my fucking life, but like, what is meant for me will be for me. Like, I'm not about to go out here and like chase random shit, like, oh, well, what if? No, girl, if it was meant to work out, it would work out. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I think you have to put in a certain amount of effort, but like, also, I think there's like a greater plan out there, and like, that you have to just be patient and just let the cards fall as they will, because at this point, like, I don't know, I just don't think that there's like that I would miss anything that was meant for me. I've done so much emotional, spiritual, like fucking deep down work in myself. I am so healed point, like, I'm just over it. I'm like, I don't know, I feel, and I've said this for the past 5 fucking years. It's been 5 years. For the past 5 years that I've been single, I'm just like, I just have a feeling that I'm like waiting for something greater. You know what I mean? Like, all of this stuff that's been in between has just been like filler, kind of. And I'm just waiting for something so great. And I know that I deserve the world. And I know that I deserve that the person who's going to treat me like I am the world. And if y'all would have known the shit that I've been through, and like the way that some of these people have treated me, or I've treated them, or like just the shit that I've done, like, you'd be like, damn bitch, like that's a little much. But at the same time, I'm like, I know when it's not serious. Like, I know when it's just something fun or casual, and I don't regret any of those, because a lot of guys like I've met, I've become like friends with, or like we've just had a good ass time together. Like, there was this one guy who like essentially ghosted me, basically, but we, like, it was like a mutual, I don't know, but like we just had such a good time together. Like, I knew off rip, like from the jump, like this was not gonna be my soulmate. We were not even gonna date. Like, seriously, like, this man had no emotional maturity. He had commitment issues. He had so many things wrong with him, and I like literally diagnosed him right away. Like, on our first date, I was like, but every time we hung out, we would have so much fucking fun together. Like, really though, like, it was, and it brought me out of my shell so much. It was like when we first started like hanging out, I was just very like timid. That was the first guy that I went on a date with after, you know, being inside like for a year basically. And we like went to a Mexican place, and we were ripping shots with the bartender, and like there was a blizzard outside, and like, I don't know, we just had such a good time. And every time we hung out, like, whether it was just like chilling or he would take me out, like we would play darts, like we would go out, like we would just like have just such a good time, and it just felt so like carefree and whatever. And again, even though I knew like that was going nowhere, we would have just like deep conversations too, and it was like fun, because I was like, I don't have to like be a certain way with you, because it's so comfortable and casual. But like, we could just talk, and you know, we talked about a lot of shit, and I just like loved hanging out with him and being around him, even though I knew like this is not my person. But it was just like a fun encounter, and I've had so many of those where I've just genuinely enjoyed my time with these people. And yeah, it's fizzled out, or it's turned into a friendship, or it's turned into like we don't see each other that often, but you know, whatever, we catch up every once in a while. But I have so many of those like relationships with people that I don't regret at all. And even like the bad dates, like, girl, I could fucking go on about those, but like, I don't regret anything, because it's really gotten me out of my shell. Like, if you would have told me this would have been my life 5 years ago, I would have been like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, aren't you lonely? Aren't you sad? Like, no, I am so fine. And I feel like that confidence really comes from within, and I've just kind of grown into the woman that I'm supposed to be. Like, I have never, oh my god, we're not gonna cry. I have never felt more like comfortable and confident in myself than like now, like February 24th, 2024. Like I'm literally sitting at home on a Saturday night in my house, like filming a video. I was just reading fucking Harry Potter on my Kindle. I was watching Abbott Elementary. I went to Trader Joe's and got my favorite snacks. I like have groceries for the week. I did my laundry. I cleaned my whole house. Like, I'm gonna have a nice Sunday tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't have any plans, but I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care that I don't have any plans tonight or tomorrow or next weekend. Like, I don't feel anxious. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel sad. I just feel so, like, I feel happy for like the first time. Like, I just feel happy for the first time, like, forever. And I don't even care that, like, I don't, you know, sometimes it bothers me, you know, I don't have anyone to share it with, but like, I know my time is coming. Like, I know, like, it has to be. God, it has to be. But I just it could really be taken away from you in a second, and I recognize that, and I get that, and I don't want to say like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but like I know it's not always gonna be like this, you know. I know I'm gonna probably, you know, something's gonna happen, or you know, something probably will happen with my fucking house, because that's what it does, and all the money that I saved up will go towards that, and I'll have to wait for my living room stuff, or I'll get my heart broken again. I'll think I'll found somebody, and then they'll break my heart, or I'll have a falling out with a friend, or like a fight with my sister. Like, I know that shit can happen, like I get that, but right now, like, I don't know, I just feel like all that stuff, that's just life, and we just get through it. I've gotten through 27 years of it, like, I'm just gonna keep going through it, and I love that I have gone through the past fucking 8 years, it might be even 9 years at this point. My YouTube anniversary is in February, and I forget what date it is. It either just passed or it's going to pass, but this is my 9 years on YouTube, is this year, I believe. Yeah, because 2015, because I started making videos again my freshman year of college. So yeah, it was 2015. Yeah, so this is 9 years on YouTube. So the past 9 years of my life has been documented. Just me sitting in front of a camera talking to y'all. And you guys are probably so sick of me, but you've seen me like go through college and go through breakups and go through moving. Like, I moved to my parents' house. I moved to an apartment. I moved to my house. You saw me get Jimmy. Like, y'all are gonna see me succeed. You're gonna see me succeed. And if you don't, like, then I probably fucking died or something. I'm just playing. But yeah, I love you guys, and I want to thank you for being on this journey with me, because I truly could not have done it without you guys in this like community that we have. And I know I don't post a lot, but I do post on my Instagram, and that's kind of where I like connect with you guys more, like, because we can message, and some of y'all like send me like memes and like reels, and I love you for that, because like we're friends, like of course you can. And I just love watching y'all stories and like just seeing your lives, so please follow me on Instagram, just because I'm nosy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here, because this was a 41-minute life update. And if you made it this far, I just want to apologize